My name is Rachit, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Airlift, and we're going to talk about the future of Web3 community building. And for you guys at the back, if by chance you're interested, then there's a giveaway happening for 5 Matic at the end. Yeah, so आप थोड़ा ध्यान दोगे तो एक of up to 10 people. So we'll share the QR code in the end. What you have to do is basically just take a photo of the talk and tag these two handles, which is one for Airlift1 and the other for Web3Conf India. I'll share a QR code in the end, and whoever gives their MetaMask wallet address, they'll receive 5Matic in their wallet directly. So yeah, anyways, so let's start with the talk. My name is Rachit Magon. I am a postgraduate in software systems from Web3Conf. Before this, I was the CTO of a German software company, and I have 12 years of software development experience. My hobbies and my profession is writing code, so I'm a technical CTO. So any of you in general, also if you are developers, and if you want some advice in the future, I headed the placement unit of Web3Conf, got around 250 students placed at my time over there. So if any of you need any advice with respect to Web3 or Web2 placements, jobs, you can connect with me. A little about my journey. So I started my journey in around 2006 in the tech industry. Obviously, Web3 was not there. I used to build WordPress websites for businesses that time, for your normal physical businesses. And then I went on, worked in a couple of companies, starting from Wipro to Amazon to Sprinkler. Yeah, a whole lot of them. And then finally I built one of my own software studio. So it was a services company. We were writing code for a couple of big EV manufacturers in Germany. And it was then when I was also the CTO of the German company. Finally, in 2019, my co-founder today, who sits out of London, he reached out to me, and he was also my friend from BITS. And he was like, okay, this is growing, Web3 is, as an industry, is growing, so read about it. So I read the Bitcoin white paper, I read the Uniswap white paper, and I was blown away. And has any of you read the Bitcoin white paper ever? Oh wow, wonderful. You guys, you should. Once you are in Web3, that's great. But once you read the white paper and once you understand it, it's then that you understand the whole impact of Bitcoin, right, of the industry. And that's what hit me. I quit my job. It was a 6-figure USD salary. I quit that. I shut down my software studio, and we started building a prediction market back then. While we were building the prediction market, that was like a cut copy paste market. If you guys were at the Ajit sir's talk, he was saying that during 2020, 2021, there were a lot of tokens getting funded, which were just another copy of something. So unfortunately, we also started with that. But while we were doing that, we sort of, I think, hit a gold mine. We understood that marketing, right, in Web3 still needs engineering. And that's what we're now here to conquer, that marketing should not need engineering, right? And that's the whole idea behind Airlift, and that is why we're building the platform. So if we talk about Web2 marketing, right, there are a lot of things which are already predefined. There's been, if not hundreds, then at least two decades of research in Web2 marketing. You have your content marketing, you have your discount sales, which we often do on websites. We have our social media management, email marketing, inbound marketing, whatnot, right? But everything is defined. Everything is there. There are set patterns. There are even courses, right? Even you can become, you have digital marketing certificates, all of that. But the moment we come to Web3, right? For example, in Web2, you have your funnels, right? You look at your audience, you try to gain their attention, you try to develop their interest, you try to create some desire to act on your product, and finally, you take the action. But in Web3, this is all there, I would say, but there's this whole new aspect of community, right? And as developers, so at the back, are you guys devs? Are you guys in marketing? Who all are developers? Can I get a raise of hands, please? Devs. Okay, super. And who all are in marketing or community or other sort of fields? Wonderful, wonderful. So 50-50, right? So, so both of you will realize what I say. In Web3, right? If there's a person who wants to market something and you want people to actually access your product, right? Use your product. Let's say you're a Dex and the co-founder says, ki, chal, market my Dex. So you'll be like, okay, we'll run a giveaway, we'll do something, but that has to use the product. Like we want people to actually use the product. Now you need to go to the engineering, you need to go to the devs, and even the devs will realize that the marketers will come to you. They'll say, ki, we need a snapshot for this date. We need to know how many people have actually used the product. We need the wallet addresses of the people who bought the token, whatnot. So it's a mess, right? Even the marketers are troubled with the developers are troubled with the marketers. And that's because there's still not enough tooling to actually support Web3 marketing and community building, right? So they are the same, Web3 and Web2 marketing, but they're different, right? So this is like the, your normal Spider-Man thing that, okay, it is the same. So if you're in Web3, Web2 marketing, you can enter Web3 marketing, but there's still a difference, right? And that's where Airlift sort of comes in. And that's where you guys also should, learn, try to experience, try to experiment. So to build a community, right, which is the main angle of Web3 marketing, apart from the Web2 part, is the community, right? Now, to build a community, there are four main, I can say pillars. So communication, education, participation, and rewards. Now, communication is pretty standard. You have your Discord, you have your Telegrams, Twitter, whatnot, right? Education, again, this is something which I believe you guys are already doing very well, better than me. There are so many content creators out there in Web3Conf as well who are doing the education bit. We've actually conquered this as a Web3 industry. We can educate, right? That's something which we've understood. Participation, somewhere there, right? We're still getting that participation, but not as much. If you would agree with me, I always feel that we were trying very hard, but still there are not enough users in the Web3 space, right? And rewards is a different thing altogether. We're so messed up in rewards that there have been airdrops which have been farmed, and there's been thousands of dollars of reward which goes to a single person who's running a bot. Up now, who's losing? Who's losing? Is it the project who's losing? Yes, but it's also the community who's losing, right? The real people who actually wanted to interact with the product. You go to something like a Zeely, you participate, and you don't win, and that campaign has 100,000 participants. Are there even 100,000 users in Web3? We don't know, right? I don't know if you know Bruno. He's the founder of Remark. It's the project which actually is getting mutable NFTs in fashion. So he just tweeted yesterday that I did an analysis and there are only 30,000 real users in Web3. So imagine now campaigns are getting 100,000 participants. How is this possible? That's all because we're not concentrating on how we're distributing rewards and who are we distributing those rewards to, right? So we might say that rewards are useless, they're not important, we waste money, all of that. We can go to our founders and we can be like, hey, let's do a campaign for $500, and he'll say, no, it's a waste. But is it, right? I would be contrary to that. I would say that no, it's not a waste. Incentives are important for three main reasons, right? They boost motivation. So for example, right now, right, there's a 5-matic giveaway happening. So maybe some of you are, or maybe all of you are only watching me because of that 5-matic giveaway, right? So it does boost your motivation from looking at that side at empty plates of food to me, right? So that is an incentive, whatever said and done. And then it drives results. So if even 5 of you tweet about, this image, me talking, then at least my co-founder and my partner, he'll think that, okay, I did something when I went to Goa, right? I did not just sit on the beach and just drink my whatever. So, and then engagement, obviously. It drives engagement for platforms, for products. But do they work? Again, I'm just contradicting myself continuously. If you look at Twitter, if you search for the hashtag giveaway, you will see at least 500 giveaways happening. And if you've ever participated in it, you will know that you will not win, right? right? Because they're all rated by bots, right? There are AMAs, there are quizzes, there's whatnot, but they're all rated by bots, and they're all not directed to the right kind of people. They're not. They're just it's as good as throwing money into the dustbin. Those are the kind of giveaways which are happening today. So incentives work, but they only work when they're done right. So they don't work if you're just giving out your tokens or NFTs or whatever. Now to do rewards right, again, there are four main things which we have learned in the last 1 year. I am a developer, by the way. I'm not a marketing guy. But being in the marketing industry, we have learned a lot. So there are four main things. One, random airdrops is a big no. So if ever you guys are developing a product, or you guys are marketing one, and if your partner or your founder or whatever says that, guys, let's do an airdrop, first thing should be no. We should do an airdrop. An airdrop never works. An airdrop will only give you a hype for, let's say, a week, and after that it'll die down, right? So that's why random airdrops is a big no. And you should not be stuck in silos. So even if you're giving out rewards, they should not be in a way where you're saying, we'll only reward our Twitter users. So if you've seen those tweets which say $10 for 4 hours and retweet this and one person gets some $10, those are all waste, right? They never work. So those are siloed rewards which would probably fail. So you should not be stuck in silos. You should reward people on all aspects. So you should see some person who's active on Twitter, who's active on your Telegram, who is using your product or holding your token, and then you should decide your rewards, right? So right now, for example, for that 5-matic giveaway, I won't go out of, I won't go outside the road and keep giving out 5-matic to everyone, right? I want to reward people who are actually engaged with whatever we're doing, with whatever we want to achieve, right? So that's one thing. You should not be stuck in silos. And the incentive should not be misguided, which again, I come back to the same thing. If today I put up a banner outside and I say 5-matic for everyone who comes inside Novotel and watches me speak, does not make sense, right? Unless and until I have people who are my audience, who understand what I'm doing, that's the only way I can actually get some worth out of that 5-matic, right? And then finally, reward should be fair. Now, this is for you as today, maybe you're a community member of someone. Tomorrow, maybe you're writing code for some application. And day after tomorrow, maybe you're marketing something. Fairness should always be there, even with rewards. So what I mean is that the effort to reward ratio should always be calculated and should be very, very smartly done. So just an example, if today if today there's some giveaway happening which has $1,000 worth of reward for 10,000 people, and the only thing you have to do is sign up on an app, right? What are you going to do? You're going to create at least 20 fake accounts and then sign up and get that $2,000, right? Now that giveaway is not fair to the company. On the other hand, if there's another giveaway which has 50 tasks, which says, okay, you need to fly to Delhi, mint an NFT in Delhi, then fly to Bangalore, maybe click a picture in Bangalore and come back over here, and the reward is like $5, you're not going to do it, right? So the effort to reward ratio is sometimes which we always miss. So any of the companies we've ever onboarded, if we don't talk to them, they always miss the effort to reward ratio. So that should be very well calculated, and it should be in a manner where people are rewarded for their effort fairly, and it's also fair to the company, right? So one last thing which you should not do, but there's a small story to it. So this is Dr. Strange, and I think you all would know Dr. Strange. He's a skilled neurosurgeon at New York Hospital. This is before he got his powers, okay? It looks like he's got his powers right now, but the story is from before. So Dr. Strange wants a haircut, right? But maybe he had a bad day, bad surgeries, a couple of days, so he's not earned that much money. So he plans to give himself a haircut on its own. He's like, okay, I won't go to the barber. The barbers, obviously, in New York are more expensive than they're here in India. I get my haircut done for, I think, 50 rupees. Or at least I used to till I got married, and now my wife doesn't let me go there. But yeah. So what happens if he decides not to go to a specialist, right? So unfortunately, there's a mess. And yeah, so this is what happens if he does not does not tries to reinvent the wheel and tries to do something which other people are expert in, right? And that's somewhere what you should not do in giveaways as well. There are a lot of tools. There's a lot of tooling available, and you should make use of that. You should not try to again reinvent the wheel. You should not try to build something which is already there, and which you can just use, unless and until you're trying to build a competitor. That's a different thing. So that's where Airlift also comes in. So Airlift gives you a complete community management system where you can create quests, distribute rewards. More on that later. So yeah, so basically we have sort of found out 6 main things which you can do to actually build incentives in a way which are worth your time and your community's time, right? So the first one is find your legit community members. Don't go away, giving out rewards to anyone and everyone. If you're building something or marketing something or involved with any sort of activity, the reward should go to the people who really deserve it, right? And then second, the incentivization should be on product as well as socials. So you need to make people use your product. So for example, today, right, you're taking if you're going to do that giveaway, if you're going to participate on that, the QR code which you'll see in the end is for Airlift, right? So I'm making you use Airlift to get the giveaway, right? If today instead I would have said that, okay, just tweet about it and I'll give you 5 Matic, fair, but still you're not using Airlift, right? You're still using Twitter. So I'm basically paying you to use Twitter, right? So instead, the giveaway happens in a way where you can actually get people to use your product, whichever you're building. Third, analyze your community before handing out your rewards. Again, this is the same thing that if this was a Web2 conference, I would not have given Matic reward. Instead, maybe I would have given a Flipkart voucher, right? So, and over here, if I say that I'll give everyone, maybe something like, let's say, a lipstick, right? So maybe the guys won't agree to that. So I've already lost half my audience. So yeah, so you need to give a reward which everyone in the community member wants, and you need to analyze your community first before deciding what reward to give, right? Or on the other hand, not that even if this was, this was people who are non-techies, right? Even then, the Matic reward won't actually matter to them, right? They would not even participate. So that's that. Number 4, establish a real connection with your community, and that can be done through socials. There are at least 50 different platforms, so I won't go there. 5th is that your campaigns should be tailor-made for the event. You should not go ahead and just go and make people do those cookie cutter campaigns that, okay, go follow us on Twitter, go retweet. So those kind of things seldom work. 6th, that's again the same thing. That's also because Airlift. So that's a repeated point, that don't reinvent the wheel. So coming to that, we have Airlift, which I am humbled to be the co-founder of. So Airlift is a community engagement platform. It does not look that bad in reality. So this is supposed to be horizontal, but so it's for 2 people, right? It's for community members and for projects. So for community members, we have 4 things. You can find campaigns to participate in. You can discover new communities which are trying to build or trying to scale and are inviting people, because there are a lot of communities which are not inviting to new people, right? There are a lot of communities who are like, okay, we have enough people. Now we want to make sure that these people stay alive or stay engaged. And obviously contribute in a non-development fashion. We have a lot of hackathons going on, right? There's no dearth. Every conference has a hackathon, and there are very advanced products who allow you to contribute in a developer manner. But what if you're not a developer? Or what if you don't want to write code for every contribution, right? So that you can use Airlift for that. And finally, you can get rewarded. For projects and for founders, using Airlift, you can create flexible campaigns. You can create on-chain as well as off-chain verification quests. So you can ask people that, okay, tweet about us, and Airlift to verify whether the tweet happened. You can also ask people that make a swap. So if, let's say, you're a decentralized exchange, you can say that make a swap every day for 5 days, tweet about your experience, and then you're going to get some reward, right? So those kind of on-chain as well as off-chain verification can be done. Finally, you can drive continuous engagement on your app, whichever one you are building. And obviously, you can automate the whole reward distribution process. You don't have to manually send out rewards. And I've not added it here, but it's free to use. So you can just go to airlift.com, create your community, and start building, start creating these different kind of campaigns. So talking about rewards, right? We've already spoken so much. What should you reward? So if you're running a giveaway, what should be your reward, right? So there's a very interesting. So if you guys have not seen this documentary, you should go and see it. It's on Netflix. It's called Pepsi, Where's My Jet? So this is a very interesting story. So what happened is, I think this was 1992 or something. Pepsi created a campaign where they were giving people Pepsi points, right? Every Pepsi you buy, you get some Pepsi points. And if someone collected 1 million Pepsi points, so Pepsi advertised that we'll give you a Harrier jet. So this was an advertisement. Now, Pepsi never thought that someone would actually collect 1 million Pepsi points, right? But there's this one guy who's 21-year-old. He got investors on board that we're going to collect 1 million Pepsi points and then get that Harrier jet from Pepsi. So they actually invested some $500,000 back then, which is a huge amount, got those points, and then sued Pepsi for the Harrier jet. And it went on for years, right? So the why I'm talking to you about this story is the rewards you offer need to be in line with what you can offer, right? You should not offer like today there are blockchains which have, even on their Twitter handle, they say giving away Teslas, right? But they're not doing that, right? So your reward should be in a way which you can actually offer. On Airlift, you can do all of this. You cannot offer Harrier jets, but you can offer whitelists. You can offer your own tokens. You can offer stable coins, NFTs, and on-chain proofs. So, for example, your POAPs or achievement tokens, so on and so forth. But where Airlift specializes is the time you require to set up these kind of campaigns. So if you go and if you plan to set up these campaigns on your own, so something like a whitelist campaign will take at least 2 hours. You'll have to get a snapshot. Whom do you want to whitelist? You need to get that data from Twitter, get that data from Discord, compile it, do some VLOOKUPs. On Airlift, it takes you 5 minutes. Similarly, if you want to reward your own token or any other like a stable coin or something like that, again, 5 minutes. That's all you need. It's a click-through UI. Go ahead and create your giveaways. So that's what we sort of specialize in. There are more than 300 projects who are using Airlift. We've got Astar Network, we've got Telos, we've got Dotchain, we've got Moonbeam. So we collaborate with a lot of layer ones. If any of you are dApp developers, need some connections to layer ones, please hit us up. We would be more than happy to help. Then we have a lot of dApps as well, especially on the Polkadot ecosystem. So we've got Public Pressure. Public Pressure is the dApp which launched Diesel. The Diesel NFTs, if you've heard of them, they were launched at, I think, $20, went up, I don't remember to what, but yeah. So they collaborated with the jeans company Diesel, yeah. So Public Pressure, then Moonsama. So all of these have been our users. They've used our platform. They trust Airlift. Apart from that, we support more than 12 different blockchains. On all of those blockchains, you can do all of this. So you can create on-chain tasks. You can ask people to use your dApp, right? You can create learn-to-earn campaign. You can create quizzes. You can create, you can give rewards. You can do all of this in EVM as well as Polkadot. So we're substrate based as well, which we're the only one doing that today. And then you can do NFT, token rewards. You can do proof of actions. Any action does not matter as long as the data lives. We can create an action on it. And finally, if you have 2-3 different projects on 2-3 different blockchains, you can run collaborative events because Airlift is not so. Within a single event, you can connect your wallet to like 5 different blockchains, right? So I'm going to keep, I think, the presentation short. Not going to take a lot of time. So this is, so this is not the giveaway. I think this is the, this is the link. This is the QR code for the for Airlift. But yeah, so any of these people, you guys can use LF to distribute your rewards, build your communities, and try to keep them engaged. And even if you're launching your product tomorrow, you can start building your community today, right? You don't have to wait for the product to launch to build the community. When we launched our product, we just had a white paper, and with that, we started building a community, right? We did not even have a website back then. Though that time, there's the bull market, people very excited, so it was easier. But still, today also you have platforms like us, and we can help you build these, build these communities. So new projects, existing projects, if you're an influencer, or you want to basically keep your community engaged, and obviously, if you're nothing of that, and you want to just discover projects, start collaborating, win some rewards, then LF is for you as well. Yeah, so this is a QR code to the giveaway. If you've taken any photos of the talk, then you can you can scan this QR code, click a photo of the talk, obviously, and then tweet with these two hashtags. Sorry, this is Web3Conf _India, but you'll get it on the QR code. So you can scan the QR code and give your MetaMask wallet address over there. That's an LF QR code. And after the talk, I think this event, which is running, it ends in an hour. So in an hour, you will get 5 Matic each in your wallet. So yeah, I'm just going to hold this for another 30 seconds if someone, I think you're still trying to get the QR code. So yeah, just get that. And there's a small form over there. So yeah, so just also a small demo for you guys that how you can actually try to keep your community engaged and try to make people listen to your 20 minutes talk, which otherwise they would have not. And yeah, so that's about it. I think my name is again Rachit Magon. I am the co-founder of Airlift. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, I think that's the end. Thank you.